was pretty cool, wasn't it? So this next hunt's a pretty cool hunt. Chad and I are hunting along this creek down in this bottom, and birds flew down to the south of us right off the roost, and we were trying to call them into the bottom we were sitting in, and this bird literally flies right beside the blind, walks out about 10 feet and walks right out in front of us. So it's an awesome hunt. Just enjoy the footage.
field back behind us. We called him across the creek. He literally walked right around the edge of the blind and started walking out in the field away from us. So we shot him at about 20 yards. He came over and just laid down in the grass. So we're going to walk over and do the recovery. It's a pretty bird. It's got really nice color. Got a good beard on it. Man, it worked good. We killed a bird here. Chad killed a bird in this field 2 weeks ago. We saw some last weekend when we had the boys hunting with us, and we killed one again this morning. So we're gonna get this loaded up, and we're gonna drive around and check a couple more farms and see if we can't find some more birds. It's a good bird.
So that hunt was a lot of fun, having that bird come in right beside the blind like that. So fast forward a couple of weeks later, we brought the boys up for kind of a family weekend of hanging out, camping, barbecuing, and doing some turkey hunting. And we're set up in the same field. It's about 300 yards from where we were a couple weeks earlier. We sitting in the ground blind, had these birds following the creek, just heading from one field to another, and we got lucky. They came close enough for gun range. So it's an awesome hunt. Hope you enjoy it.
Turkey. Yeah, I know. He's like, yeah, I know.
So, we came back down in this bottom again this morning, and it is cold. It's about 34 degrees. As you can see, our breath is showing. We had 3 gobblers roost on this ridge back behind us where they've been roosting the last few weeks. We moved our blind yesterday when we got done hunting because most of the birds were over here to our west and they were coming across this big open field. So we came right out here in the middle of the field, and wouldn't you know it, they roosted back where they'd been roosting. So we had about 4 hens out here behind us. We had a couple more hens come from the west, and then we had these 3 gobblers come up and shot one of them at about 20 yards, 30 yards maybe. So it's a nice, crisp, cold morning in the turkey woods, but we got a bird down. What do you think, guys? That's pretty cool, wasn't it? Yeah, so this morning we snuck down here into this bottom. We'd been hunting down here to the south, about 200 yards. And yesterday, all the birds came out from behind us and came across this big open field, so we thought we'd move the blind this morning, or yesterday, so we moved it yesterday when we got done hunting and put it kind of right out in the middle of the field. And wouldn't you know it, the birds roosted back where we had been setting up, and but they still came around this corner and shot one of them. The other 2 just walked off and went to the other field, and they were still gobbling just a few minutes ago. So we're gonna get this guy loaded up and pack the blind up and head back to the camper. Well, that was a lot of fun hunting with the boys and having the family up for camping and barbecuing. This next hunt, Chad and I decided that we were gonna do a little mid-afternoon hunt. We snuck down in this little pasture. It's kind of secluded, it's out of the wind. It's a good place to go in the middle of the day. Sometimes these birds are moving from one field to another along this creek, and it's down in this valley, and it's just an awesome place to set up. We set up, and as you'll see, the birds were just gobbling like crazy. We thought it was 2 mature birds, and luckily Chad got a shot at one as they were getting ready to leave, and it was just an awesome mid-afternoon hunt. So hope you enjoy it.
Okay, well, it's the afternoon on Saturday, it's the day before Easter, and we're down on a state line property. It's right on the state line of Kansas and Nebraska. It's a farm that's produced for us a lot over the years. As you can tell, it's really windy, so there's a place we can slip down over this ridge here, and it's a bottom field full of grass. It's out of the wind, so we're going to throw up a decoy and just sit there and call and see if we can get some toms to come in. They're out roaming around, so we've killed a lot of birds in the afternoon on this farm, so they kind of go up and down this creek that runs through this farm. So we're just going to slip down and see what happens. Get calm. been a rough couple days. We've been on a lot of toms, but just haven't been able to get anything to come in. They've been real skittish to decoys, just like these two were. I don't even know if Craig got that on video, but we sat down here and started calling and heard a gobble right up here. It sounded like it was a tom gobbling, but then I could really only see about this much, their head sticking up over this little rise. And they were kind of circling and looking like they really didn't want to come in. And so earlier today, we had those two toms kind of did the same thing. They came to about 60 yards and then they just didn't want to come in any further. So I started having flashbacks of those toms walking off, and I wasn't going to let this one walk off. So I put the old mossbird right on his neck, and because I could only see about his head, really down to about the bottom of his wattle there. You know, and I saw his fan too originally. I first saw his fan right over this rise. And when I saw his fan, I didn't notice it being a Jake fan. It's pretty close, but definitely Jake. But I'll take it anyway. When we first sat down, we had a gobble over here, we had gobbles over here, and then these two came from back there. So there's definitely lots of birds around here. It'll taste good anyway.
She said to take a left, we got a story to write, and it ain't pennies that are going in the fountain tonight. I'm looking all around, she said nobody knows. You're gonna wanna start taking off your clothes, and I'll never forget the way she said, you gotta live it while you got it. You gotta live it while you got it. Don't be afraid at the end of the day. You gotta live it while you got it. I pulled her in real close. She said to keep her warm. Kissing's nice, but it takes a little more. I'm reaching for our clothes. She whispers in my ear, where are we going when we're already here? You gotta live it while you got it. You gotta live it while you got it. Don't be afraid at the end of the day. You gotta live it while you got it. 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 Oh, don't be afraid at the end of the day. You gotta live it while you got it. You gotta live it while you got it. You gotta live it, oh, while you got it. She said to take a left, we got a story to write, and it ain't pennies that are going in the fountain tonight.